You work hard. You're really good at your job. In fact, you do everything that you're asked of and more. However, despite all that, there is a really good chance that you might be being overlooked for promotion simply because of the fact that you work remotely. A recent study by Wakefield Research found that of 200 executives surveyed, 41% believe that those people who are working remotely, those of you who are working remotely, are less likely to get promoted. And a lot of that has to do with the idea of out of sight, out of mind. The advantage that people have who are working in the office is that they are seen, they have FaceTime, they are able to foster and build the relationships. However, while you're working remotely, and even in a hybrid situation where you're spending a little bit more time remotely than maybe in the office, you're losing out on a lot of those opportunities to communicate, to create connection, to build relationships and be seen. Now, I'm not telling you to transform your work habits so that you end up being more in the office. In this video, I'm just going to be sharing with you 3 simple strategies to increase your chances to be seen, to remain on people's radar, so it reduces the chance of you being overlooked for promotion. The first strategy is simply to become more visible, to be seen more. And a great place to really apply this is in virtual meetings. In your virtual meetings, if you think about it, a lot of times people turn their cameras off. Perhaps it's because of Zoom fatigue, they just don't want to be seen, and all you see is a person's name. I can understand why you might be doing this, but this can backfire based on the idea of out of sight, out of mind. So a simple way to be more visible is turn your cameras on. And then to that, I would add to occasionally speak up during those meetings so that people recognize that you are participating, that you are in fact there. The second strategy is simply to become more intentional about nurturing your relationships. Because at the end of the day, your ability to get promoted, your ability to get advancement and opportunities comes as a result of your relationships with people. But if you're out of sight, out of mind, if you don't have those strong bonds that otherwise would be there in a face-to-face type office situation, you are probably losing out. So when you are working remotely, it behooves you to be more intentional. Arrange individual calls, video calls, in-person calls with members of your team. Try to find situations where you can move away from the remote environment and meet people in a face-to-face environment to increase that face time, to increase those social networks, to create more opportunity. And the third strategy is simply to market and advertise your accomplishments a little bit more. It's not enough just to hope that people recognize that you're competent. It requires you to share it, announce it, to be your own best advocate by telling people when you accomplish something, sharing it with others. These are ways to ensure that you remain on people's radar, especially because they don't see you on a regular basis. As a knowledge worker, staying relevant and competitive in today's workplace is a challenge. Honing your skills, developing your skills, continuously growing is essential. And if you're somebody who wants to develop those skills, your communication skills, your leadership skills, your ability to navigate change more effectively, I can help. Now, if you're somebody who just wants to kind of touch your toes in the water, dip your toes in the water, the first place to start is my free ebook, which is called Stand and Deliver. And it's just essentially 12 strategies that will help you become a better communicator in any public situation you find yourself in. If you're somebody a little bit more adventurous who wants to go to that next level, well, I have an online course that I would challenge you to take. It is called Communication Essentials, and this has 25 videos that will help you become a great communicator in any situation, in any scenario that you have, and that is essential to remaining relevant and competitive. Or if you're somebody who just wants to accelerate their development, well then, that's where we can work together. Contact me at john@johngodoy.com and let's reserve a free 15-minute session to discuss your growth.